A very good morning and welcome to this edition of YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Steven Machado. Let's get into local news first. All postal workers across the country have launched a strike action citing 19 key demands, including the proper payment of overtime allowances and the need to address employee shortages. The strike began at all post offices at midnight yesterday, while employees of the Central Mail Exchange in Colombo joined the protest from 4 p.m. The trade unions leading the strike include the Postal and Telecommunications Officers Union and the Joint Postal Trade Union Alliance. They claim the issues at hand have been unresolved for too long, prompting collective action. Among the demands are proper calculation of the payment of overtime allowances, immediate recruitment to fill long-standing vacancies, solutions to operational issues in the Postal Transport Division, and implementation of the proposed three-tier salary increments for frontline officers. Convener of the Joint Postal Trade Union Alliance, Chintaka Bandara, says that the Postmaster General held preliminary discussions with them regarding the 19 demands. He added that two of the most critical issues are the overtime allowances and the implementation of the fingerprint attendance system. While acknowledging that overtime payments have increased in proportion to recent salary hikes, Bandara said that there has always been a specific method used historically by the Department of Posts to calculate overtime payments per hour. He went on to note that the method has now been changed, resulting in reduced payments for overtime already worked. Despite the ongoing strike, Postmaster General Ruwan Satkumar says that over 3,000 sub-post offices remain open and operational. However, all leave for employees of the Department of Posts have been suspended with immediate effect from yesterday until further notice. Moving on, supplementary medical professionals attached to 31 hospitals across the Western Province are set to launch trade union action starting tomorrow. The protest is being staged in opposition to the implementation of transfer orders, which the professionals claim have been issued without proper consultation or fairness. 7 categories of healthcare professionals will participate in the action, including radiological technologists, medical laboratory scientists, allied health officers, speech therapists, pharmacists, and other supplementary staff. General Secretary of the Joint Council for Professions Supplementary to Medicine, Chanaka Dharma Vikrama, stated that the discussions on the transfer issues have been ongoing with the relevant authorities in the Western Province for over a year. However, he noted that no meaningful steps have been taken to address the matter, leaving professionals with no choice but to resort to union action. The trade union action is expected to affect operations in several key hospitals in the province. On to your weather update for today. Several spares of showers will occur in the western and Sabargama provinces and in Kandy, Norelia, Gaul and Mathawa districts. A few showers may occur in the northwestern province, while mainly fair weather will prevail over elsewhere of the island. Strong winds of about 40 to 50 kilometers an hour can be expected at times over the western slopes of the central hills and in northern, north central, northwestern and southern provinces and in the Trincomalee district. Up next is international news.
International news.
U.S. President Donald Trump will host Volodymyr Zelensky today for their first meeting since the pair's heated exchange in the White House earlier this year. But this time, the Ukrainian president is bringing European allies. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte and UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer are among leaders who will join Zelensky in Washington for talks on how to end the war with Russia. It follows Trump's summit with Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Alaska that resulted in the U.S. president dropping a demand for a ceasefire and calling instead for a permanent peace deal. Up next is sports news.
Sports news.
Marc Marquez rolled back the years with a 6th straight win with a commanding victory at the Australian Grand Prix. A 6-time champion fittingly winning the 1000 Premier Class race in history. Marquez had never won at the Red Bull Ring before, a track where he has been beaten to the checkered flag 3 times before by a gleaming red Ducati when he was collecting championships aboard the once dominant Honda. And with that, we wrap up this edition of YES101's Visual Radio. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Steven Machado. Thank you for watching.